EOS 1DX drive modes. The EOS 1DX is not only fast, but allows you to tailor its drive settings to work in a way that's comfortable for you. By default, high-speed continuous drive captures up to 12 frames per second, allowing for superb sequences of subject movement and substantially increasing the chances of capturing an ideal action shot. Even at 12 frames per second, you can shoot RAW, RAW plus JPEG, or JPEG only. Low-speed continuous drive, by default, shoots 3 frames per second, sufficient for many everyday action sequences, while preventing you from having to sort through hundreds of sequence photos afterwards. You can alter the settings for continuous drive speed, allowing you to designate the maximum rate of high-speed and low-speed continuous shooting. In the third Custom Functions menu, Continuous Shooting Speed allows you to assign the shots per second rate for high-speed and low-speed continuous shooting modes. To change high-speed continuous advance from its default 12 frames per second setting, highlight High Speed and press Set. Now use the quick control dial to choose a rate between 2 and 12 frames per second and press Set to finalize your selection. Highlight Low Speed and press Set. Use the quick control dial to choose a continuous shooting rate between 1 and 11 frames per second. Press Set to finalize your selection. Please note that at ISO 32,000 or higher, the maximum continuous shooting speed will be limited to approximately 10 frames per second. You can unlock the super high speed 14 frames per second shooting mode, a record-breaking drive mode in which focus and exposure are fixed once you begin shooting a sequence. When you fully press the shutter button, the mirror will lock up and the viewfinder becomes black, preventing you from being able to move the camera to follow subject movement. Continuous AI Servo AF is not possible, so use the 12 frames per second high-speed setting for ordinary focus tracking of fast-moving subjects. Only JPEG images are possible at 14 frames per second, so prior to enabling this drive mode, access the second shooting menu, select Image Type and Size, and use the quick control dial to choose an appropriate JPEG file size. Large JPEGs deliver the camera's full 18 megapixel image resolution. To make super high-speed drive mode available, go to the third Custom Functions menu. Restrict Drive Modes allows you to designate which drive modes are available for selection. With the quick control dial, scroll over to the continuous icon with the number 14 and then press Set. Use the quick control dial to select OK and press Set. Now, super high-speed drive is available along with all the other drive settings. To enable a specific drive mode, press the AF Drive button on top of the camera. Use the quick control dial to scroll through the drive options. You will be able to view them using the information display on top of the camera. Continuous with the blinking H symbol represents 14 frames per second super high-speed drive, whereas the stationary H symbol represents standard 12 frames per second high-speed drive. Tap the shutter button halfway to finalize your selection. Custom Controls in the fifth Custom Functions menu lets you program one of two buttons to activate super high-speed drive when pressed: the AF On button or the AE Lock button. With options for low speed, high speed, and super high speed that can even be applied to multi-exposure functions, you have at your fingertips a totally flexible tool for capturing anything from a candlelit portrait to a Sports Illustrated cover.